This is why a war between the United States and China is inevitable, Michael Snyder reports. One of the biggest bombshells of the year. The entire year just dropped, but now it has almost entirely disappeared from the news cycle. NBC News is reporting that during their recent summit meeting in San Francisco, Chinese President Xi Jinping told Joe Biden to his face that a decision has been made to reunify Taiwan with China one way or the other. Normally the Chinese keep their cards very close to their vest, so this is a very unusual move. My guess is that the Chinese wanted to see how Biden would respond to such a direct statement. Xi Jinping expressed his desire to take over Taiwan peacefully, if possible, but we all know that that is not going to happen. So war is coming, and the only thing that needs to be decided now is the timing. Chinese President Xi Jinping bluntly told Joe Biden during their recent summit in San Francisco that Beijing will reunify Taiwan with mainland China, but that the timing has not yet been decided, according to 3 current and former U.S. officials. Xi Jinping told Biden in a group meeting attended by a dozen American and Chinese officials that China's performance and preference is to take Taiwan peacefully, not by force, the official said. The Chinese leader also made reference to public predictions by U.S. military leaders who say that Xi plans to take Taiwan in 2025 or 27, telling Biden that they were wrong because he has not set a time frame, according to the 2 current and 1 former official briefed on the meeting. I kind of expected the White House to deny that this exchange took place, but that did not happen. The White House did not deny the exchange, which occurred during a November 15 summit outside San Francisco that was attended by a dozen U.S. and Chinese officials. I'm not going to get into the specifics of the discussion between the 2 leaders. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reporters on Air Force One en route to Milwaukee. Wow. So why isn't everyone in America talking about this? Why has this almost entirely disappeared from news cycles already? This is one of the biggest stories of the year. War with China is coming, and the Chinese have been feverishly preparing for it. For example, the Chinese just imposed export controls on rare earth processing technology. Following the meeting between President Joe Biden and President Xi Jinping at the Asia-Pacific Economic Corporation event in San Francisco last month, the hopes for de-escalation in Sino-US relations seem to have fallen apart after China announced export controls on rare earth technologies. China is the world's top processor of rare earths and has placed an export ban on technology to extract and separate rare earth metals, according to Bloomberg, citing a document from the Ministry of Commerce. The move comes as Washington and its allies try to reduce reliance on China's stranglehold of the global rare earth market. There are 17 rare earth metals, and Beijing controls about 85% of the global refining capacity. So these metals are found in everything from electric wires, electric vehicles, to wind turbines, to military hardware. Expect to see more dramatic economic moves by the Chinese in the months ahead. China has also been working on a whole host of new weapon systems. Reportedly, this also includes weapons that employ advanced brain warfare technology. China is working on advanced brain warfare technology, which is said to include devices that can send enemies to sleep and control their thoughts, according to an uncovered report. And as I'm reading this for you now, I'm wondering if this has to be one of the things that they sent up with their secret remote spacecraft, their reusable shuttle, that nobody knows what it's carrying. Now, going back to this, researchers have found 2 recent studies by China's People's Liberation Army that show the military is increasing its hard power weapons with new technology to win wars without conventional weapons. The biological weapons are designed to induce sleep, impair cognition and alertness, as well as impact decision-making, the Washington Times report. In addition, the Chinese hackers have been feverishly hacking into critical U.S. infrastructure in anticipation of the coming conflict. President Joe Biden's administration warned that Chinese hackers have been positioning themselves inside critical U.S. infrastructure to cause societal chaos from within should war break out. According to reports, the Communist Party of China's military has burrowed into more than 20 major utilities suppliers in the last year, including a water utility in Hawaii, a major West Coast port, and at least one oil and gas pipeline. They reportedly also bypassed elaborate cybersecurity systems by intercepting passwords and logins unguarded by junior employees. This project they are conducting amid growing tension over Taiwan was codenamed Volt Typhoon. Analysts commented this could unplug U.S. efforts to protect its interests in South China Sea. It's very clear that the Chinese attempts to compromise critical infrastructure are in part to pre-position themselves to be able to disrupt or destroy that critical infrastructure in the event of a conflict, said Brandon Wales of the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA. Meanwhile, it appears that the war in the Middle East could soon go to the next level. According to Wall Street Journal, the buffer zone has moved south of the border, and the IDF faces daily mortar attacks from Hezbollah. Now, even though I've not been writing about the war in the Middle East much recently, it's just a matter of time before it absolutely explodes. The Israeli government has decided to push Hezbollah beyond the Litani River, and Hezbollah will not ever allow that to happen willingly. Elsewhere, the Russians are attacking on 6 fronts in Ukraine, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea just threatened the United States with nuclear war. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un warned Pyongyang will not hesitate to launch a nuclear attack on the U.S. if provoked with nukes, state media said Thursday. Kim warns following a meeting between South Korea and the United States last week in Washington, where they discussed nuclear deterrence in the event of conflict with the North. So without a doubt, we're living at a time of wars and rumors of wars, and I fully expect 2024 to be a year of war. So I will encourage you all of you, to get prepared for the chaos that's ahead, because global events will soon spiral completely out of control, it appears. This is by Michael Snyder. He says about the author, my name is Michael, and my brand new book entitled Chaos is now available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 7 other books available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I've also started a brand new Substack newsletter, and I encourage you to subscribe so that you won't miss any of my articles. I've published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the Most Important News. The articles that I publish on those websites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. This is on the Economic Collapse blog by Michael Snyder. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.